Unfortunately, the death of King Von represented the loss of O-Block's biggest breadwinner, at least in terms of legitimate money from the music industry. But interestingly, having bore witness to King Von's phenomenal rise to infamy due to his self-incriminating murder raps, around this time, Muwop would give rapping a try himself, and he would at least for some time end up having a decent amount of success. At this point, it's important to note that Muwop had officially been signed to 100K management, sharing the roster with artists like Y&W Melly and his late friend King Von. But apart from social media posts, Muwop's lyrics and those of other rappers referencing him would help cement his image as a feared figure in the streets. His name was already being mentioned in context that painted him as a shooter, with King Von's song Down Me from the LeVon James mixtape being a standout example, as in the track, King Von would rap about Duke and Muwop shooting people together, perhaps a subtle reference to the murder of Man Man. Then, in the song Problems by King Von, released on August 1st, 2018, the track includes a chilling reference to an incident where a witness is killed, with King Von rapping, "Whack the target out the witnesses, we don't believe in no half-dones, we start something, we finish it," a line that seems to encapsulate the ruthless mentality of O-Block shooters, and perhaps another coded reference to the killing of that innocent janitor on the hit that killed Man Man, happening weeks before this song dropped. Naturally, Muwop was becoming an infamous name in rap without dropping a single bar, but soon he would decide to make his way into the rap game himself, and as I previously broke down in my video on the murder of FBG Duck, Muwop would use his opportunities in front of the mic to boldly claim involvement in real crimes. On December 18th, 2020, Muwop would drop his song Vet, a track that's all about Muwop having been in the streets for so long he is literally like a war veteran, as well as lyrics where he says that he shoots people in the chest, saying he's a savage like King Von, saying he ain't ducking from the beef, followed by a lyric about leaving people dead in the street. And remember earlier on when C-Thang said on his live that he was soon to be releasing a song where everything that he says in it is all facts and no cap.
Ain't no cap in that neither, boy.
Well, on December the 23rd, 2020, C-Thang and Zell would release that song, a track called Jump Out. And this is a wall-to-wall self-snitching anthem. It's got references to another body dropping, there being no ambulance to save them before they die, and the ops' mum crying. They say that they're ducking a bunch of times and hopping out of cars shooting ops. It's plain as day that they're talking about the murder of FBG Duck in great detail. Pretty brazen behavior from two people that can't even go live on Instagram without dozens of random people pointing out that they were the people that took Duck's life. And so as we go into the new year of 2021, O-Block members would continue to go live telling fans that they would soon get back for the death of King Von and that fans need to be patient.
Be patient. Don't be all on my live with all this war shit talking about people getting smoked and this get back and please BJ hurry up with something. Don't do that. Just be patient. Everything play out how it's supposed to play out. Don't talk to me about no war. Just let it play out. Be patient. Hey, what?
Yeah, let me get it now.
Muwop's debut song, which is a tribute to King Von, racked up 322,000 views in its first week, proving Muwop's place in the drill music world. And before Muwop would even release his second track, King Von's posthumous Bless the Booth 3 style was dropped on December the 21st, 2020, where Von would rap more bars that appear to reference the murder of Get Right, rapping that you try to run but it ain't end right. Just days later, on December the 24th, 2020, Lil Durk's track Still Trappin', featuring a posthumous verse from King Von, further solidified Muwop's reputation as a shooter, with a line in the song where you could hear King Von rapping that when he needs a confident shooter, he calls Muwop, and that Muwop only shoots to kill. Muwop's next song, Built Like That, released on January the 29th, 2021, quickly racked up views and is currently sitting at 2.9 million on YouTube. And in this track, he boasts again about having killed his ops, taunting them to check the score, and seemingly referring to the way that they located FBG Duck, rapping that if they get that drop, he's pointing his Glock right to his ops' heads. By March the 30th, 2021, just 3 months into his rap career, Muwop was celebrating his first million views on YouTube. Muwop was ultimately taking King Von's formula and running with it, quickly filling a void that was left when King Von passed, as the fans' desire for violent drill music coming out of O-Block was insatiable around this time, and Muwop would continue to build on his momentary success. On April the 3rd, 2021, he dropped a single with a posthumous verse from King Von himself titled Nobody Move, where Von raps about his past hits and how Get Back Gang, which includes Muwop, has done the sliding for HK. The song itself had a whole lot of self-incrimination on Muwop's part, which I broke down extensively in my video on the murder of FBG Duck and how the killers told on themselves in different ways. Now, with King Von gone and many of the remaining O-Block members hoping to make a go of it in the rap game, it seems they'd all decide to just try and diss dead people to kickstart their careers and get clout for being real gangsters. Each of them trying to be as dangerous or savage as King Von was known to be. By March 24th, 2021, Muwop is posting music snippets to his story saying that he's smoking on Duck, and as Muwop starts to develop his skills as a rapper, he sets out to drop a whole bunch of incriminating songs. Muwop and DQ dropped their track Spin It on June the 2nd, 2021, with the whole track basically supposedly being dedicated to dissing TB or Terry Barry by his government name, which we know now was supposed get back for T-Roy, with Muwop jumping on the chorus of the song saying they're smoking Terry Barry, that they left him Bloody Mary, and that the scene of the crime was very scary. Later that month, on the 20th of June, C-Thang and Big Woney would talk on IG Live about how many people got stepped on after they released diss songs.
How many people got stepped on? Right?
I don't know what you talking about, man.
A couple of days after that, Duke drops a vlog on O-Block where several of Duck's alleged killers are seen hanging out together. Duke himself puts on every single O-Block chain, along with a couple of OTF chains for good measure and to make sure Lil Durk is implicated. Meanwhile, Muwop is yelling about how he shoots people in the head and body, and telling everybody that a Goofy died with his doggy or homie.
Got killed with his dog.
Muwop is out there posing for pictures and asking where's C Murder so that he can get on camera too. And once they're all together, what do? Well, they record them all rapping along to an incriminating song about smoking on Duck. Actually, they sung that twice to make sure the feds heard it. Well, they did it a third time as well. Okay, so what they were actually doing was filming a music video for this song they were rapping, so they obviously had to perform this song countless times that day. But I've got to say, it was a bit of an interesting decision for whoever edited this vlog to just repeatedly show these opening lyrics in numerous locations, indicating to me that they really wanted to know whoever was watching this vlog that they were specifically trying to disrespect Duck. Now, that particular song would release on YouTube on June the 25th. It was Duke's song 12 AM, and that song itself had a whole bunch of other incriminating lines. Notably, self-identifying as Get Back Gang and saying that they do what they do in the memory of HK. Muwop would go on to drop a snippet of his own upcoming song the following month, this time with a lyric stating a dude from 63rd couldn't get back up, and saying that they had to mask up.
Move from the O, I want them get back up. Dude from 63rd couldn't get back up. Yeah, we had to mask up. Another body that's a plus, ducking like I'm rock.
Honestly, it's not even worth wearing the mask if you're going to run around telling everybody you did the crime for a year. Now, Muwop would end up getting arrested for the murder of FBG Duck in October of 2021.
Tonight, federal law enforcement officials say they are charging 5 Chicago street gang operatives with racketeering in the 2020 Oak Street hit on Carlton Weekly. The rapper, known as FBG Duck, was said to be shopping for a birthday present for his son when he was cut down in a mob-style attack. And now the feds are using a law first aimed at mobsters to prosecute the 5.
However, before that would happen, Muwop had been recording music extensively, and even after his arrest, more lyrics of his that were incredibly self-incriminating would circulate online, leaving fans dumbfounded as to why he would be so reckless with his music when he knew he'd committed such a serious crime. By March the 27th, 2022, Muwop's collaboration with Easy, titled No Bentleys, came out, adding more fuel to the fire. In the track, Muwop raps about how dissing Get Back Gang will lead to them killing you, with Muwop seemingly describing the scene where he murdered Duck, rapping, "I chase him down and put him in the ground," a line that could easily be open to any interpretation. Even other artists like Lee Drilly on his track Demon Time from his Free Drilly mixtape acknowledges Muwop's reputation, rapping how he's sliding with guns like Muwop. A snippet of one unreleased song which would circulate on Reddit further paints a damning picture, with Muwop seemingly confessing over instrumentals and dropping lyrics that appear to reference Duck's murder itself, even saying that he was on the hunt before Duck's murder made it to the news. These lyrics and the continuous references in songs contribute to the narrative that Muwop was deeply embedded in the violent drill world of O-Block, where the music and street life were inescapably entwined. And it's truly mind-boggling to think that after seemingly killing FBG Duck in broad daylight in a busy upmarket shopping district, that Muwop would think that he could release such self-incriminating music and get away with it. Perhaps it was because Von got away with claiming murders in his music his whole life that Muwop and his friends thought they were on the same path. But the difference is that King Von died unexpectedly, likely while the feds were building a case with an aim to include him in the major gang indictment that would ultimately sweep Muwop off the streets. But despite his newfound status, Muwop's early steps into the rap game revealed just how fresh he was. As seen in his first podcast interview with Drew Filmed It on YouTube, his freestyle, while raw, carried the fire of somebody with deep street ties.
Muwop from the O, yeah, I'm creeping 2 AM. Out sliding, I was lurking, trying to see who was them. 33 up in his Glock, dunking like I'm pimp, put a switch up on my Glock.
And when asked why he decided to rap, Muwop candidly shared that he originally had no plans to rap, but decided to after spending time with and getting encouragement from King Von.
I wasn't gonna rap at first, but I was around Von. Von was telling me like, man, you might as well start rapping. I'm like, man, I don't know how to rap, man. I don't know how to do nothing with rap.
His early journey in the music industry was also marked by financial ambition, as he posted on Instagram announcing that he was charging $5,000 for features and $8,500 for a verse and appearance in a music video. During the interview, when asked how long he'd been rapping, Muwop admitted that it had only been around 6 to 7 months, perhaps explaining why his freestyle still had a touch of greenness to it.
Yeah, I've been rapping 6-7 months.
So it's new to you still. You still learning things. You're probably still learning what a structure is, what a
You're still learning how to walk.
Is, right?
But Muwop was gaining respect beyond the borders of his native O Block, and legendary figures in Chicago rap were showing him love. Lil Durk himself would be seen on FaceTime with Muwop at an O Block block party, as well as the two of them being on a plane together shortly before Wop's arrest. With Durk's friendship with this certified killer Muwop even inspiring some of Durk's most famous lyrics, which I broke down in a previous video. In September, there's a massive party on O Block, apparently a tribute for Zell, where all of O Block are seen turning up and chanting along to the lyrics of King Von's Back Again, mobbing pretty deep in the middle of Parkway Gardens. Of course Muwop is there, and of course he's going live, but who do you think joins his live to check in and see what's going on? None other than Lil Durk.
What y'all on? Getting that members? Hey, Wop.
Yeah.
That bus, you hear me?
Yeah, we had to do a bid for Love Bro Friend. Free Rockin' Gang, Get Back Gang, OTS, yeah, for Bobby.
In hindsight, maybe Lil Durk shouldn't have been so close to Muwop or the other members. He'd already let being too close to King Von land him in hot water, but Durk clearly hadn't learned his lesson, because in the lead up to the sweep by the FBI, he'd apparently taken Muwop on tour with him, where they had both been seen together rolling around on private jets and flexing together with big stacks of money.
Hold on. What that is?
I gotta get on live.
What that is?
Who got the most views? Let's see that. Who got the most views?
Yes, Muwop was all on Durk's plane, very comfortable indeed, even posing for pictures with fans, while throwing up gang signs and calling himself Gangster Killer.
Gangster Killer. Take him on. Gangster Killer.
Yeah, man. You gotta control. Gotta be controlled.
Perhaps all of this is why Lil Durk rapped on Meek Mill's song Sharing Locations that he still hangs with all the murderers. And I guess those lyrics weren't cap. But when in the next lyric, he says that he's paying the lawyers for all of the murderers, it really does make you wonder what Lil Durk is going to do next. Unfortunately for Muwop, his incarceration came just as his career was taking off. And later on December the 19th, 2021, Muwop shared a screenshot of his Spotify numbers, expressing gratitude to his fans for the love and support they'd shown him over the past 10 months, both while he was free and after his incarceration. And in his message, he reminded everyone not to count him out just yet, signaling that despite the setbacks, he was still in the game and ready to make his mark. The situation with Muwop is a prime example of how the line between art and the street realities becomes dangerously blurred in the world of drill music. It's astonishing how, in the quest to maintain a real image, some rappers end up confessing to all of their crimes through lyrics and social media posts, with one of the most brazen examples going even further beyond lyrics, with my previous videos explaining how Muwop had purchased a particular pair of Gucci shoes that had a cryptic message on them that intended to tell the world that he had indeed caught FBG Duck. One of the most insane examples came from Muwop, who posted this picture of a set of shoes to his own Instagram, along with a rather incriminating caption. Yes, that is Donald Duck caught off guard in the flash of a camera shooting him. For the record, these are actually Gucci shoes, so no, he didn't have these custom made, but goddamn it, he picked them, chose to buy them, and chose to post them on his IG with a goddamn winking face emoji. Look, make of that what you will. It doesn't necessarily mean that he did it, but I've got to say that is probably one of the most creative ways of self-snitching I have ever seen. Despite numerous examples of this behavior leading to legal consequences, the cycle continues as artists prioritize street credibility over their own freedom. It's a dangerous game where the desire to appear authentic often results in a chilling reality, being caught for the very acts they were rapping about. And as previously documented on this channel, it wouldn't take long for the feds to close in and take FBG Duck's killers off the streets for good.